I'll just quickly go through these things. So client info tab right here is opened, and I have access to enter in all the client's information, including which services are requested, right? So here's how you can tag the file for different services that you're going to do in the file. Because short sale and loan mod are both on, I have short sale related tabs open. If they're not selected, then they go away. Just FYI. And down here you have the mortgage scenario for the first and second lien. Nice little note box here to enter in any additional notes that we didn't have fields for. Okay. Property info is very more detailed. Property description, appraisal information, HOA information, title information, any additional liens. And if you want to generate a schedule of real estate, you can do that as well. Okay. Income expense. This also comes into play. Now, if there was a co-borrower, this section right here would be filled out. But you can enter in, on an itemized level, every type of income that they have and every type of expense that they have. And it automatically calculates total net income minus their total household expenses, gives you their disposable income, and it also calculates what their current DTI is. And here's just areas to enter in some asset information. Here you have creditors. You enter in any creditor information, if they're in collections, if they're open, if they're past due or delinquent. That's helpful for doing like debt settlement type stuff. On the hardship area, we also have all the major hardships. They're already pre-written. You can customize any one that you want whenever you need to. Q&A. This is great because when you're doing an intake on a file, you want to make sure that you ask all the right questions. And our qualification form here is smart, meaning that it knows if you answer yes, did you receive notice of foreclosure, then it's going to want to ask, all right, well, did you get a sale date yet? Did you get the notice of summons? Who's the attorney or trustee involved? Do you want to create a reminder on that sale date if it exists? It really guides you to do things properly, keeping you more on point and more efficient through your whole file life cycle. Again, all these questions are smart. So, is the home currently listed for sale? If that's no, you don't need to answer all these other questions. So I'll just go slow so you can kind of look at your own leisure here. What are the questions that we have? These are all questions that the bank are usually going to ask anyway, so it's nice to get this stuff out of the way up front, and it also makes you guys look more professional when you're doing a full file intake and pre-qualifying somebody, over the phone or in person. The rest tab here, this lets you submit a file to get reviewed for the HAMP Tier 1 and Tier 2 guidelines using the NPV analytics. So it does the waterfall automatically, and it scrubs it against the NPV to see if it's NPV positive or not. If it fails, it tells you where it failed and what you need to fix, which is really important. Here's another quick light version of what the rest report does. It's just basically a waterfall. It kind of gives you some other cost of foreclosure analysis numbers to kind of see what it would cost the bank if they did foreclose. Okay. Contacts tab lets you store all your contacts. You can edit these whenever you need to. Every file has a lot of different contacts involved, and it's important to know who they are and have access to that information really quickly. The short sale tab, again, stores a lot of information that you would need to process the short sale, like listing information, buyer information. Sometimes you have up to 3 different buyers for backup offers, CMA analysis. You can update your listing history and your sales history. Short sale proposal is like the loan mod proposal one, except this one is more friendly towards the short sale, and it helps you do a short sale offer. It auto calculates that for you, and it gives you the net investor benefit by accepting the short sale. So it kind of paints the picture like, hey, it's actually a good idea, Mr. Bank, if you accept our offer, because it actually is, it's a positive value versus you going into foreclosure and dealing with this on your own as an REO. Because there's some savings of time and money by doing the short sale that you need to break down those numbers for them to see the light, So, all right, moving forward, you can generate a preliminary HUD. So I'm on the HUD tab here. Docs. This is a very important one because now you can generate all your important documents. You can upload important documents as well. So it's all centralized. Like these are all my uploaded documents. It tells me who uploaded them, when they uploaded them, and I can name them. I can also use our binder tool and kind of merge documents and PDFs into one, so that, and I can reorganize it so it's reordered. That's really important. It also watermarks everything. I can, use the self-made document wizard. That's something I didn't show you guys. There's basically a WYSIWYG editor. Let me go to it real quick so you can see what it looks like. So on the fly, let me open up one that I already built. Let's say power of attorney. I basically use these dynamic tags that are located over here, and it knows to create this dynamic document all on the fly. And you can just copy and paste from Word, put it in here, and just put your tags in there, and you're good to go. Going back to our documents here, we have auto-generated documents. This is our default library of documents. So if you notice, they're categorized by loan mod, short sale, general ones, and lender packages. And you can also remove these, the ones that you don't want. Maybe you don't do short sales, maybe you don't do loan mods. You can remove those in your settings, and they're tied to the branch. So that means you could have a short sale branch or a loan mod branch, and these documents will only exist for those required branches. Okay? And you click on any one of these and it generates the document already pre-filled. If you click on them, the ones with the little pen signal mean that they're e-signable, and you email them out, and you'll notice that the email goes out and it can all be e-signed all through the browser. So it's very user-friendly. It's all compliant. It works great for your retainer agreement. So like you can have a retainer agreement that you want to have e-signed, while the customer's on the phone with you. That's an option. You don't need to wait 5 days for an agreement to come back via fax or mail or whatnot. Okay? So that's our document tab. Here's our task tab. This shows you like a running log of all the tasks that have been completed, that are not started, that are pending or in progress, regardless if they're tasks that belong to you or not. So that's really important to see what's going on in that from a managerial standpoint. We covered this already, checklist, workflow, kind of help you keep track of what things were done and are they done in the right order. The admin tab over here, this lets you put like a file number, track the lead source, when you received the file, when did it get closed, what was the closed disposition, borrower callback date, lender callback date. It's kind of a quick way to remind you to, you have a callback set. You can assign employees from here, enter your sale date, what kind of resolution type did you get, date mod received, first trial mod, status, substatus, and of course making notes. A lot of stuff that you can do in that admin tab. A lot of that stuff you saw already in the pipeline, but sometimes you want to work in the pipeline because you want to do some stuff that's really quick. You can do that as well. Billing and commissions. This lets you track all your different fees that you may be collecting and different phases that you collect it, and you can set up the dates and the reminders when the money's owed, and you can notify the agent, the borrower, or maybe you have somebody in accounting that you want to specialize in to do the follow-up on billing, and you can track all that and send SMS text notification as well. So it makes it very easy to collect your money, which is obviously really important. So you can have different fees. The fee types, we have a lot of them already built in. So you can just check off which ones are applicable in your settings, and then that would remove in the live environment when you're working the ones that don't make sense. You don't need to see stuff in here that doesn't make sense. So make sure you know that you can remove those. You can store your checking or credit card information, and that stuff populates on the retainer agreement when you're trying to get invoices signed or packages sent back signed. Commissions, you can track who you owe money to, and I know that could be happening in different phases for different parties, so that's something you can track as well. And that's it. We just covered every single tab inside the client file.